Well, hey, Pipers. Welcome back to the Bass Piper channel. And I just want to spend just a few minutes. I've got some shout outs that I need to shout out. I haven't shouted out any in several months. And just wanted to shout out a few if I could. But before I do that, I was asked a while back that some of you all had asked the bass piper to sing a song. I don't know why, but anyway, I want to do that before I give the shout outs today. I thought of a song that probably would fit the times that we're in today. And it's simply called In Times Like These. And it's a gospel song and with a gospel message. And I think it's appropriate for the time that we live in. And it's done in a little bit of a different arrangement if you know the original version from the hymn book, but still the same words. But it kind of goes something like this. In times like these, we need a Savior. In times like these, we need an anchor. Be very sure, be very sure. Your anchor holds and grips the solid rock. In times like these, we need the Bible. In times like these, we need revival. Be very sure. Be very sure. Your anchor holds and grips the solid rock. His name is Jesus. Yes, he's the one. His name is Jesus, God's only Son. Be very sure. Be very sure. Your anchor holds and grips the solid rock. Well, that was just a little song that I wanted to sing, and I've been asked to sing a song, and so I thought that might be a song that would be appropriate, and that was kind of on the spur of the moment, so I hope I didn't go too flat or off on that at the spur of the moment. But anyway, just want to come on, guys, for a few minutes and give some shout outs. Let me give you a few while I got this pad in front of me. Nathan Campbell, thank you, buddy, for your sub. Ghost Cobb, thank you, man, for your sub. I appreciate that. I've been following Ghost Cobb for several months, and well, actually a couple of years. And like his channel. Got a good channel, brother. Peer Pipers, thank you for your sub. Hey, Charlie, Boca the Boyton. I know, I know you had subbed me, but since your channel has changed, you resubbed me, and as I had to resub you. But Charlie, if you ain't seen Charlie's channel, get over there and sub the old Charlie, and got a great channel going. The Michigan Piper, thank you for your sub. Here's one that I hope I don't mess up the name. It looks like it is Rico, Rico. Iron Brigade Piper, good channel. Brother, thank you for your sub. And I like what you're doing with the Bible questions and things that you've had going on there for a while. Those are good, and keep up the good work, buddy. Piper Bear Nook, Papa Bear Nook. Let me get that right. Papa Bear Nook. Thank you for your sub, brother. St. David's Pipes. Hey, David, thank you, man, for the sub and your support. And I catch your Bible verses and different things that you'll put out on Instagram. And pipe. Here's a different one. Pipe peanut butter. Thank you for your sub, brother. Smoky Joe, Texas, I believe is what the TX is for. Thank you for your sub. Mohammed Foray, I believe is how you pronounce the last name, Foreay. Thank you for your sub. Neformat, Neformat. Thank you for your sub. Scotland's Sherlock Piper, thank you for your sub. Willie K53, thank you, buddy, for your sub and support. Brown-haired Briar Betty. Now that's a mouthful. Brown-haired Briar Betty. Thank you for your sub, Betty. And these are some of the shout outs that I have not been able to get to, or when I was in front of the camera, I would forget to have them written down and have them in front of me. So I want to go ahead and take care of that. If I could, I'm looking at, if you see my eyes going up, I'm looking at how much time I've wasted here. But thank you for all your subs and support, guys. I think I'm up now. Bass Piper has finally broken 350. I'm at 351 and slowly like a turtle climbing on up. But hey, I just wanted to make mention too. I might save this for another. Well, I think I will. It'll give me something to do another video on. But anyway, I was going to respond to one of the Piper's videos on the breath method. And I saw Nathan Parsimonious's comments on that. And I think we all need to just review some things, if you need to, back on Mutton Chops video. In fact, a couple of videos back, I did I mentioned the breath method, and while I was smoking one of my pipes. And the breath method does not, you are not, let me just clear this part of it up. You are not inhaling into your lungs with the breath method, okay? Now, it might be a thing where if you're an ex-cigarette smoker, you might be just out of habit. But the breath method is nothing more than drawing in your smoke like you'd normally do in your mouth, and you're just turning it right around and blowing it right back up the chute out of your bowl. That's all that is. You're not bringing it in and ingesting it, or whatever. I don't know what you do as a cigarette smoker. I've never smoked a cigarette, so I'll never have inhaled anything in my lungs. Now, yes, do we have some secondhand smoke when we got pipe smoke around it? Yeah, but I'm talking about firsthand bringing it into your lungs. That's not what the breath method is. It's more or less just playing with the smoke in your mouth. You're just bringing it in, blowing it right back through the stem, bringing it in, blowing it. As you're breathing, you're bringing it in and blowing it right back out through the bowl. And then when you want to draw and just puff out of your mouth, and you do that. But it's not going into your lungs. I have to agree with Nathan. Believe me, I know when I done screwed up and I done made a boo-boo because I hacked myself to death. When just in sometimes I have been smoking my pipe, and you go to blow out your smoke and you're puffing, and it kind of recycles back and some drops down into the back of your throat. You're going, oh, good night, man. What in the world? That's taking it into your lungs. So not being you're talking to a guy that's never smoked a cigarette, never smoked a cigar, and never firsthand inhaled nothing. except the garbage that we all inhale in the air we breathe. But as far as pipe smoking, in that regard with the breath method, it's the same thing in the difference of when you retrohale. Nothing's going into your lungs. It's coming from right here, your mouth, and going right on up here and out your nose. It ain't going down here into your lungs and recycling back through. You're just going right here and doing the loop de loop, bringing it right on up through the nasal where you have your senses and your smells, and it helps out part of your taste buds. I said I wasn't going to do this video to the next time, but hey, I may as well. I'm already in it. But that's what that is, guys. I watched Mutton Chop's videos a couple of times because when I was learning, I was going, man, how does he do that? And it's real simple. It's nothing rocket science. But I think, in all due respect to the other brother pipers out there or piper that mentioned this, you're not inhaling like you would a cigarette. There's no inhaling except you just taking the smoke and the breath method, the breathing, getting the timing down. It's just more for relaxation. And really, I'm sure it does help with tongue bite. I'm not bothered too much with tongue bite. I don't chooch like a train. Most of my tongue bite, what little bit I'd get, is actually in the initial char lighting, and even the true lighting when you're trying to puff, and get it going. And if it's heavy Virginias with heavy sugars, things like that, especially if it's more Virginia forward, yeah, it might sting a little bit on the tip of your tongue. You get a little tingle going on there, and you got to kind of back off. But as far as the smoking aspect of it, I've been blessed in that regard. Even when I first started smoking it, I didn't have that problem very much. When I first started with some of the Virginias, yeah, you really can tell when you're finished smoking and you go, later brush your teeth or whatever, and that toothpaste hits it, or you use some Listerine and it tingles right there. It lets you know, okay, you've got a little sensitivity right there. But for the most part, I haven't had much problem with that. But I would like to, I got to back my man up, Ethan. I got Nathan Campbell on the brain from shoutouts. Ethan, parsimonious piper, he's right. There is no inhaling of that. And Mutton Chop would tell you the same thing. Now, like I said, it just might be some confusion dealing with cigarettes, the way you've smoked cigarettes. But I've always been told with cigarettes, that's why people smoke them, is to inhale them. And you're sucking them on down to your lungs, man. And that over time is what all that tar builds up in those lungs and can cause some major problems because that tar is that sticky stuff in the smoke. And it's just like a Surgeon General 2 years ago, who was a Surgeon General back in 2017, 2018. He had an Italian name. I think it started with a G, his last name. Anyway, he made mention of with dealing with cigarettes and stuff. And he was talking, he said, look, it ain't the nicotine that's killing people, it's the tar that's taking the people out of here. Over time and years of sucking all that down in your lungs and all the little air holes and things we have in our lungs and all of that starts to get gummy and filled up and cancers can start. And, before long you're, I can't breathe. Well, that's years of just tar, man. Just go ahead and slap you some good old tar down there on your lungs and see how you breathe that. The COPD, the emphysema, all that stuff, that comes from all that. All the years of sucking it on down, brother. And so I know that ain't a favorite topic we want to talk about. But that's why pipe smoking is, and you've heard bass pipers say it, and I'll say it till the Lord comes back. I mean, everybody's got to do their own thing. But that's why, pipe smoking is the safest way to smoke. And if you want the best, safest way, top end to smoke, is put a filter in the pipe. And 9 millimeter, 6 millimeter, whatever you have there. I know salves come with the 6 mil more. They have a couple of the versions that have a 9 millimeter, but all your Rattrays, I think, are 9 mil, and you got some others out there that I think Chris Morgan is making some nines, and different artisans will make nines if you want them. But that is the top end way of safe smoking anything. Is, you've heard me say, pipe smoking, and stick a charcoal filter in there, guys and gals. But if you can catch 70 to 80% of that tar, and even though it's just going in your mouth, protect your mouth as much as you can. Just safety measures. Now, if you've got the opinion that, hey, man, you got to die with something, so live on, man. Live and let live. Hey, man, roll on. But bass piper, I've always in my life always taken the best I can, the safest route when I do something. And I've never been a risk taker. I've never been one, as they say, to live on the edge with life. And, what do they call a guy that goes to the gym? Or what happens to a guy that goes to the gym 5 days a week and a guy that sits on the couch and munches on potatoes and watches TV? What's going to happen? They both are going to die, right? Death is death. You might live a little longer and buy you a little time, but the end result is we're all going to die. And we're all going to die with something. And these days, you're either checking out with diabetes or complications of it, heart disease, or cancer of some sort, wherever it is. So that's another video. But look, you got to do you. Everybody's got to do themselves, and whatever works for you. I do know one thing, guys. Time is too short. And just as that song says, in times like these, and I tell you, we're living in some rough days. We're living in some rough times. I mean, just look at the world situations, look at the nation, look at what we got. It's a mess. It is a complete mess. I have never seen it like this in my 60 years of on this earth. So I just thought I would interject that part in there with coming off of a video that I saw, and then I saw Parsimonious Piper make a comment also about trying to help this piper understand about the breath method. And so the breath method's okay. It's not gonna hurt you. It's more just more of a relaxation thing once you kind of get the hang of it. But if you don't want to do that, that's fine too. Just draw and puff away, and enjoy your pipe. Enjoy the time you have to relax with your pipe. And I tell you, even in times like these, we can relax and rest with our pipes. But I tell you what, there's nothing like being able to relax also in the Lord and know where your salvation lies. And no matter what happens, you're in good shape. I'm going to move this camera just a tad. There we go. You're in good shape. And know where you're going to spend eternity, guys. That's the most important thing of your life. Now, some may disagree, and that's fine. But you're not going to make any more important decision in what you do with your salvation and where you will abode when you leave this earth. The Bible tells us it's two places. It's either heaven or it's hell. Every man's got to make his choice because God gives every man a free will to decide to accept or reject his son. Hey, let me say this before I close and wrap it up, guys. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. I probably won't be able to get on this weekend, but Sunday's Mother's Day. If your mama's still living, you go see your mom and give her a kiss and a hug and let her know you love her. And I know there's some people out there that probably you'll say, well, bass piper, my mom was just a tyrant. I don't have the love for my mom. Or I tell you what, there's nothing better than you trying to play the bigger person and let your mom know you love her, no matter what. Because I'm going to tell you, in most cases, I'm not saying in all, but in most, moms are sticking closer than anybody on this earth for you and fighting for you. And your moms have done a lot for you. So the day we go and we honor mom is Sunday, and I know I've got a 96-year-old mother that I won't be able to see her Sunday. I'm going to see her Monday because I got church and stuff going on Sundays. But when I see her, I'm going to give her a hug and let her know I love her. And I don't have that many more days with my mom if everything plans out, unless I go before mama. But if everything plays out, mom will be leaving here, I'm sure, within a few years. And it could be a few months, who knows? As you know, my dad will turn 100 in August if he's still living. So my parents are on up there. They don't have too many days ahead of them. And so I don't know about you and your life, but I can tell you give mama a hug. And even if it's your wife, she's a mama, give your wife a hug, tell her you love her, men. And our day's coming up too in a few weeks called Father's Day. So payback, remember that. But hey, Bass Piper just wanted to say, hey, love you guys. Thank you for the subs. Now listen, this breath thing, I don't want this to become a contention thing or a mudslinging contest. I just wanted to put my opinion in here. Just happened to read a few of the comments and thought I would just kind of give you my belly button take on it as well. So we love you guys. Thanks for your support. And Bass Piper will talk with you later. But until then, remember to relax. Have a pipe. I didn't have a pipe today because I had to sing a song. But relax, have a pipe, and don't forget to count the many blessings that God gives you each and every day. You guys take care. We'll talk with you later. Bye bye.